Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So I went back on and I scanned and printed out the drafts and then I unloaded the phone. Monika passed me off the pages and then she hit 99 cents, and while I was coloring I realized the AT&T bill came in, so I paid it. I set it to go through for tomorrow, which is today, so it's been paid. I finished the art right as Monika got back. And in the process, I also managed to complete one audio file. I got off at 2 p.m. I updated my journals and planners. Monika read the collab to me again. And while she was doing that, I got to jump on pages 9 and 10's line art. I stopped at 3 p.m. to rest. We went back on at 5 p.m. I finished pages 7 and 8. I loaded them at 5:48. I scanned the page 10 line art at 6. I completed one more audio file and then I got off at 6:15. I completely forgot what time I was supposed to wake up so I could get back to work. After the fact, I guess I should have woke up at 11, but I did wake up at 10. However, all I did was just go back to sleep. I ended up waking up at 1. I had a really creepy dream. I resumed work on the page 9 line art. I finished it at 1:48. I assembled the pages at 2:32. And the whole time I was doing that, I completely forgot about the audio, so I scrambled to complete all of them in one shot. They were done by like 2:29, so I got off at 3:30. I went back to sleep, woke up at 6, or at least Monika woke up first. She got out of bed before I did. I got out a little bit after her, and I compressed my video, and then I went back to the other room and I uploaded the rest of that one Sparkle Precure thing, or Twinkle Precure. We hadn't finished episode 3 yet, so I had to start from the center of this episode. So we watched that while we were eating breakfast. We split up at like 7:21. I went to work on a couple of Ask Amymones. I am a little stumped. I feel like I'm running out of questions I feel comfortable answering. I don't really know about going forward with 2 more questions, because I feel like one of the questions feels like it's redundant. One question was about teaching how to do webcomics, and I already did a answer about advice a while back, and like I feel like it would pretty much be the same answer, which is why I kind of feel like I shouldn't do it. I don't know. Okay, so I stopped to load the video, and after I was unloading the video, I ended up dabbling around in the Chapter 33 extra summaries. I finished Dominique's, but I still need to do Fouillard's, and I have to think about what I want to say. So, I got tired and got off in time for lunch. Monika had finished the pages, so she passed them off to me, and I unloaded them. After we ate lunch, we went for a long walk all the way to the Central Park over here. Found one bottle on the way there. Look at all the ducks. We played around the playground, and then we walked to CVS to see their Easter stuff, and then we checked Vaughn's, and they're barely loading their Easter stuff. So on the way home, we stopped at the community center. I found another bottle, and we used the restroom. I got home at like 12:36, I believe, so I went back to work on the art for pages 9 and 10. I finished it right now. It's 1:40, so I'm taking a break. I don't know what we're going to do next. I feel like I should work on pages 11 and 12, but a part of me just feels too tired to do it at the moment. So this chapter is pretty much almost done. I need to post to my Patreon the schedule for February, March, and April, since I already know I'm going to do a 2-week vacation for March, even though initially I didn't want to. I feel like it's best because it was so damn hard to find the time to finish volume 4, and I'm worried I might not be able to complete all of volume 4 within just this next week. So I'm gonna try to, but like I'm hoping that if I get it done before the 2-week vacation at the end of March, that I can use that time to get a head start on volume 5's extras. Because like even though I'm making vacations, I am really not getting vacations. I'm just like giving the audience vacations. So yeah. Is there anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So, after I recorded, we rested until 5. It rained and it lightninged and thundered. And initially when the first lightning strike happened, I didn't even realize it was lightning. I thought that the sun was just reflecting off of cars that were passing by and that we just caught a flash of that. But then the thunder followed and I was surprised. So, I resumed to work on the pages. Completed and loaded the pages at about like 6:42. It took a long time because I was amending everything I wrote for Byron's dialogue to make it flow a bit better. And after I was done, I reread the last time we saw Byron and Clotilda with Fauna, and I felt like I was able to make all the thoughts relate to each other without actually having to reread it initially. So yeah, after that I worked on the drafts. I finished and scanned them about like 7. I got off and I went to bed. I woke up at exactly 2. I edited and printed out the drafts at 2:30. I finished the page 12 liner at 3:10 and then page 11 at 3:31. I got tired and I got off. I went back to bed. I woke up at like 6:15. I don't even know if I actually like fell asleep because like I don't recall actually sleeping. I only remember like laying there. I got up to complete assembling the pages 11 and 12 for Monika. I passed them off to her at 6:40. We ate breakfast and then we hit Albertsons. We got home at about like 8:50. All we bought there was chicken and apples. They didn't have a lot of good apples. A lot of the apples looked like they were bruised. So when I got home, I worked on Fouillard's paragraph for the chapter 33 extra, and it took me a while to find the correct font because I used a specific font for that and I couldn't remember which font it was. So I got that font and the extra was pretty much ready, but I stopped because we were eating lunch. Monika made lunch. We watched episode 7 of Mob Psycho 100. We sort of did. We just kept flipping through it because it was so hard watching through Reagan's story. I mean, you really have to sympathize with that guy to like be able to watch through that guy. I don't really care about him. I don't care about his suffering, even though that I hate him. It doesn't bring me joy to watch him suffer. It just makes me feel like, well, here's someone I don't sympathize with. So yeah. So we ended up going out and hitting Vaughn's after eating. We got back at about 12:34. They seemed like there was people messing with our water outside, like people from the city or some type of repair group or something like that. I don't know why they were out there. All I know is that they were there and we were having trouble with our faucet before we realized they were there. I was able to turn on the water to wash my hands when I got back, but I don't know if the water's a thing yet, or I'm not sure, because like it sounded like the butt end of some water before it was cut off again. So I don't really know if it's really fixed or whatever. Okay, so went back on and I finished the chapter 33 first extra at 1:23. I spent the rest of the time assembling chapter 33, 34, and 35, and I loaded them. So now I am in May. The trouble is that I'm a little worried that that the extra is tone deaf, so I have to go back and reread it, but I just don't feel it at the moment. I'm not really feeling like I want to go back and reread it. I got tired and I wanted to record, so I got off at like 1:41. So this is the plan for tomorrow. We're gonna walk all the way out to the Anaheim Plaza, and we're gonna get ramen and Vienna sausages and see if that'll hold us over until the end of the month. So I don't know. We have a whole entire week to wait, and I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to make it. It makes me so mad that my vacations always run to the time where we're running out of money. It makes me feel like I'm so bad at planning it out. So yeah, my goal is to try to get to the extras for chapter, at least stop by chapter 39, because like I I don't have an idea for the second extra for chapter 29. Technically, it's the first extra for chapter 29. I already did the second extra for chapter 39. So, like, I don't know. I'm stuck trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I haven't thought of anything. I don't want to keep putting Ask Amymone's in there because, like, I feel like I just feel so stuck with trying to pick out more stuff for that. My only other thing I can think of is just doing the other idea, which is drawing extra pictures, drawing fan picture requests. And a part of me kind of feels like I don't want to have to dump that extra burden on myself, but I also feel like, well, I don't got anything else. It's just gonna be more artwork to do, and like, by this point I have to be focusing on coloring and doing text. So I want to do all the artwork for everything that's been straggling, and try to finish as much artwork as possible. I'm gonna consider tomorrow as being the first break. I need to post up the new schedule for this week that's coming up, and next month all the way up until, I think, when was our next vacation? Our next potential vacation, I think, was around August. I'm not really sure. So maybe, or was it June? I think it was August and June. I had the same issue. I don't know. I have to go back and look at the calendars. All I know is that I wanted to use the 2-week vacation to jump as far as ahead into the extras as I possibly can, in order to not be in this position where I'm struggling to complete them. And like, I struggled so hard to complete volume 4, and even then it's still technically not done yet. So I need to start loading volume 4 because it's almost time for it to go up. I mean, I have until like the end of March I think at the end of March is the last chapter of volume 3. Oh, it just makes me so mad that it didn't go so smoothly. This is the exact thing I didn't want to end up being in. This exact position I didn't want to end up being in with this, that I would be scrambling to complete stuff. That's why I did a whole year in advance. So unlike Ho-Hum Deedum, I only had like 6 months in advance, and that was it. Oh, it makes me so angry. Is there anything else on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. The thing that bugs me is that Monika is not done with pages 11 and 12. She's still coloring them in, and I have to work on them, and it's almost 2. So I'm like trying not to freak out about that. It means I'm going to be working on chapter. I'm probably going to be working on chapter. What chapter are we in? Is it 52 now? Is it 52? I think, I don't know. Chapter 52 all the way up until my vacation, which sucks. So I'm going to try to get it done by tomorrow morning, because we're leaving to go get to the lab so Monika can get her blood tested. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So, Monika got off sometime around 2 p.m. and as soon as she was off, we ended up resting. She wanted to go back on at like 5, but like, I want to go back on at 4. So I went back on at 4. I ended up finishing the artwork at 5, and when I went to go come and get her to tell her that it was 5, she said she didn't want to go back on. So, we both went to sleep. I don't know how long I slept. All I know is that I had a really hard time getting out of bed, so I assume I might have been in bed for an hour longer than I actually needed to be in bed. All I know is I got up at 12:40 something, and I completed pages 11 and 12. I finished and loaded the whole chapter about 2, and then I spent like a good hour and a half just working on the skin and hair for super specific extras. I thought I got all the extras because like there's so many of them. I can't load all of them into Paint Shop Pro, and it kept telling me I was running out of memory every time I tried to load the biggest one. So I kept having to just do specific ones where all the skin tones matched, and I missed one. So the one of Fauna's father's extras didn't get colored in. I have to go back and do it. So that's a thing. I got tired and I got off at like 3:30. I managed to wake up at 6:11. I kicked Monika out of bed. She made breakfast and she put it in boxes because we were going to go to the lab and to get her blood tested today. She can't eat before she gets her blood test. So, we also knew that we were going to go and get some things at Walmart, because Walmart is sort of on the way to the lab. So while I was waiting for her to pack all that stuff, I ended up fixing page 12 because I didn't like the segue dialogue that Byron was saying from panel 1 to panel 2, so I fixed that. And then I started working on the Patreon announcement for when the next vacation is, which is pretty much tomorrow. It's going to start tomorrow. I had to save it as a draft because I didn't have time to finish it. We left sometime around 7:30. And right as we were leaving, I realized I forgot to put my wallet in my pocket. So I had to go back all the way upstairs to get it. And we had a bit of a confusion because she went after me, but she took the elevator. And so I was coming down from the stairs. And I didn't realize that she passed me. So we ended up running into each other like somewhere outside. I couldn't figure out where she was. She was inside the building. So yeah, after we got back together, we went to the lab. That took us a long ass walk. I found lots of bottles and cans on the way there. I think I only missed like one can or bottle. I can't remember what it was, but I missed. But I know I missed one thing. And we arrived right when the lab opened, sometime around 8. And I think it was 8:17, so we had been late for 17 minutes. And when she opened up the door, there was a crap ton of people in there. I was like, oh, of course, this is a Saturday. Everyone who has a day off on Saturday would be here. So she ended up getting like claustrophobia because there were so many people there, and we had to leave. The thing that also agitated her the most is the fire department suddenly rolled up, and they were in there, and we were like, I don't want to know why they're here. So we left. We walked all the way to the Anaheim Plaza, and we ended up eating breakfast. Their breakfast was like lukewarm by that point. So we ate breakfast. The worst part is that our breakfast it's boiled, so it tends to be watery, and like there was so much water in my bag. Which reminds me, I should probably clean it out. I haven't cleaned it out yet. So we ate breakfast, and then we went to Walmart. We got Vienna and ramen, and then she wanted a bag of M&Ms. She was tempted to get the peanut butter M&Ms, but she ended up just getting regular nuts. And then after we bought all that stuff, we blew all the change, and then we decided to browse the Easter section. There's a couple of things we wanted to get there, but I doubt that I'll be there when we get back with money, because like money doesn't come in until next week. So we left, and for some reason, How to Train Your Dragon's most recent movie installment is having a virtual tour, and the virtual tour pop-up was in the actual the parking lot of the Walmart there. We passed it by and we looked at it. So there was 2 stations. I have no idea what they do at the 2 stations. Obviously, it's supposed to promote the movie. And there was a gift shop. And I look in the gift shop and I'm like, I feel bad for whoever has to run that. So we walked all the way down to Target afterward because it's a while away. It's over the freeway. So we took the overpass to get there, and we browsed their Easter stuff. And the only thing we ended up getting was bubbly. Initially, we couldn't find the blackberry bubbly. We had to like look around for it. Initially, we looked all over the food section. They didn't have it, so we were gonna get the cherry. But then as we were leaving, we ended up finding, at least I found it in the front in one of the displays, and I was like, there it is. So it was like one of the last 2, we ended up getting it. So I took the cherry that I brought from the back and I put it in the front with the other bubblies. So yeah, so we got blackberry bubbly, and we drank that all the way home. We had to walk from Euclid back to our street. On the way home, we ended up stopping at Center City's the plaza there, and they were having an event, but we specifically wanted to sit in the seating area. This is like bar seating area in front of the museum, and like nobody's ever there. I assume that it's jam packed in the evenings, or maybe it's jam packed during actual museum events, but like it's always empty every time we see it. So we sat there for a while. She wrote about her day in the little journal that I carry in my carrying. It's like a carrying sleeve full of drawing stuff. I worked a little bit on the Dominique wallpaper. I didn't get very far. All I did was do Fouillard and Simon, and that's it. I did a little bit of Flora too. And where does that leave me with? I crushed some of the cans, and we headed to the community center across the street because we had to use the restroom, and they were jam-packed. They also emptied out the gallery too. Nobody's artwork was on display, which surprised me because like I just barely looked at the last artwork on display. It was all emptied out. So we passed through there, and as we were leaving, we stopped and we saw one of these pop-up cardboard trash cans, and it was full of random crap. So we ended up taking some of the bottles out of it because it was piled up tower. So I felt like it wasn't truly in the trash. And then some random guy came up and gave us his can. So we walked from the community center all the way home, and I found a few more cans on the way home. So I came back with so many cans. That bag is really full now. I feel very confident about taking it to the recycling center soon. I don't know if we're gonna go this week, but it would be very helpful if we could, because like I don't know if we have enough food money to last us until the end of the month. We did buy some things. I hope that the food lasts us. I really do. So we got ramen, Vienna, and the bubbly. The bubbly should help us last the water a little bit more. The water's only gonna last us for about, I'm gonna guess, between like 4 to 5 days, because we usually drink like a bottle and a half every day. We're constantly making tea, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. All I know is that that's where we are with that. So we got back at like 12:40 something, I think. She updated her journals, and we took apart the backpack. But like I said, I forgot to dry it out. And then we took a bath at 1. So that's where we are right now. This is what I need to do. I need to post that Patreon post. I also need to load chapter 33, 34, and 35 to Smack Jeeves and Imager. I feel like I should just go through it doing the Imager one, because like it's faster and easier to get through that. I'm really hoping I can get through like I said, I want to get through from chapter 36 to 30, at least 39, if not 40. Because I think I can get chapter 40's extras done first before the chapter 39 ones. I still can't think what the second 39 one can be. I'm thinking maybe another Ask Amymone and maybe a request picture, but I don't know. I have to think, because like I got request pictures, but some of them I don't want to fill out, and it's just like I'm tired of having to draw extra stuff. So we decided to move Monika's lab to Monday instead, so a day that's not going to be busy. And I'm gonna bring possibly stuff for volume. If I don't bring stuff for doing the scripts, I'm probably gonna bring stuff to do the volume 5 extras early. The only ones I have ready are Warren and Ivy's stuff, and then Tag and Loris's stuff. I did a little bit of coloring for them this morning, so I think that's one of the main reasons why I got distracted from the one I was supposed to be doing. That one of Fauna's father. So I need to like do that. I'm really not sure about completing Dominique's wallpaper line art today. I'm very tired. I kind of don't want to see it. I'm going to at least try to work on it. Like, if we end up reading that collab today, I'm probably going to try to work on it then. That's literally the last thing I have to do, and then I can start doing everything for volume 5. I'm not sure what pictures I want to do for the wallpapers for those. I have a vague idea, but, like, I have to think about the chapters that they show up on, and I might do something that reflects the chapter more, so I have to really think about it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I think that's virtually it. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. I went back on at 2 p.m. Monika made lunch, so we ate, and then I worked on the extras until 3:50. After that, we made an afternoon snack at 4. I just really wanted the ramen and the Vienna we bought. I went back to bed at like 5 p.m. I think. I woke up at like 10:30. Monika had been awake the whole time, and I couldn't sleep, so I went online at 11:32. I had a hard time getting the internet to connect, and then it randomly dropped on me sometime around like 11. Before that, at 12:31, that's when I posted to Patreon my message that I was gonna go on break. And then I got tired at about 2 a.m. and I went to bed. I woke up at 6, and Monika ended up telling me when she was making breakfast that we're running out of eggs and vegetables. And I really wish that she had noticed yesterday. I'm so mad that she didn't say anything, because we would have bought more if she had just told me. So, yeah, I only had like about like $4 left. We ate breakfast and watched a stand-up special of Trevor Noah, and then I loaded chapter 33 and 34 to smack Jeeves. I got off at 7:50 and then went for a walk to the Anaheim Town Square Plaza. I found 13 cents in 2 cans while we were there. We browsed Target and looked at the Easter section. It's much smaller than the Valentine's and Christmas sections were. Oh my god, even the Halloween section wasn't that small. And then we looked at 99-cent store. Oh my god, they have Pims there. They just had the raspberry Pims, not the orange ones, just the raspberry ones. And like they were all $1 each. And I didn't bring my money in for what I really wanted to get them. And then we browsed Five Below, and on the way home we stopped by Northgate and looked around a little bit. We got back at about like 11 something, or was it like, yeah, I think it was exactly 11 actually. I went back on and I ended up working on the extras of Simon and Fauna's father for chapter, I think it was 38, I don't really remember. So Monica served lunch, and then we tried to watch Preaker, but we got done eating before we actually started watching it. We were so busy looking at other things. And then Monica took one of the hundreds from the stash, and she went to the bank to deposit it. And I think she went to Target, but she really wanted to get pizza for her birthday soon. So she got 2. I figure she's making one now, and one for her birthday will be on the end of the week. And then she got like 4 Pims. So that's what we have now. What we really need to do is get vegetables and eggs though. So I'll talk to her about that later. So while she was gone, I completed those 3 pictures, and I got off at like 12:43. I went to go record audio, and she instantly got home. So that's what time it is now. I feel like I'm making bad time. She has not colored in the Happy 40 chapters. She's been doing other things for the last 2 days, and I want to get that done today, and I can't. I also needed some time to stop and work on the Dominique wallpaper, and I haven't had a chance to do that. But everything else is more or less ready to have text now, which I feel like is good. I just need to sit down and actually type out the text and decide what I want to say. So I feel like I need to proofread through those chapters and try to remember what it is I want to say. I really want to get the Dominique wallpaper done this week so I can load chapter 35 to smack Jeeves. Because, like, it's going to be a while before that actually ends up going up. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Tomorrow we're going to try to go back to get her blood tested again. I think if I can't do anything else then, I will probably work on Dominique and maybe start planning ahead for the extras for Volume 5. I'm thinking about putting in a whole bunch of how-to draws. I definitely want to do another showcase of all the characters as animals and see how that looks. I really want to make We Are Chicken. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So, Monica made the pizza she bought, we ate, and then afterwards she resumed work on the Happy 40 Chapters coloring. I got caught up with my journals and planners, and then I went back on at 2:40 to work on the second extra for chapter 36. I would have gotten it done before I got off at 4, but I kept getting sidetracked with Horinama fan art, because I recently found this fan artist that's drawing a Dojin fur. They just barely joined the fandom recently. I'm actually really excited. It's so hard to find Horinama anything. I mean, if you go to Tumblr, they're non-existent. If you go to Pixiv, they have a few pictures, but if you go to Twitter, everybody's on Twitter. I cannot believe how much everybody is on Twitter. So yeah, I ended up following that person on Twitter. So I ended up stopping sometime around 4. We ended up going to sleep afterward, and then I woke up sometime around like 2:22, but I didn't get out of bed until like 4:30. And then I went straight back to finishing working on the second extra for chapter 36. I did the backgrounds and I did the effects and I saved it. And I kicked Monica out of bed at 5:30. We got dressed and we left for her blood test thing at like 5:40. On the way there, we found a crap ton of bottles and cans, and 1/4 coming back. We got there at about like 7, and while I was waiting for her to get processed, I ended up completing Dominique's wallpaper, and I started trying to plan all the extras for chapter 50. And we left at about, I think, like sometime around 7:30. We took La Palma all the way down to Lemon Street. Well, technically, we went down. We didn't really quite go down Lemon Street. We kind of sort of went down Clementine, kind of. It was more like a back street that was next to Clementine. and we got home at about like 8:30. We ate breakfast really late. It was practically lunch, and then she left at 10 to take her bicycle to the bike shop. So yeah, I know earlier it was like we don't have any money, but because she actually dipped into the emergency fund, we figured okay, we might as well get that stupid bike fixed anyway. So the bike is getting fixed now. She's out there. I don't know when she's gonna be done with that. She didn't take any like time reference with her, so she doesn't know what time it is. But yeah, it takes an hour for that guy to process the bikes. So while she was gone, I was working on the Dominic wallpaper. I edited through the whole thing. I made a very large file of it. It's much larger than the scan that it was. And I started coloring. I did the skin and the hair, so that's done for her. All she has to do is the clothing for every character, and that's gonna be a hassle in itself. So yeah. I got tired and I got off at 12, but not before putting the file on the cartridge and then taking off the happy 40 chapters off the cartridge. So I'm going to do that later, but not now. My goal is to tomorrow try to do the text for chapter 36 and 37 because I only need to do one for each of those to try to I have a vague idea of what I want to say for each one, but I don't know. I'm still kind of like iffy. I've been mulling it over for the last like few days of what should be said. I also need to proofread those chapters because I still haven't done that yet. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. We've been talking about activating the month passes on the 1st, so that way we have month passes for the whole month, which is one of the reasons why we didn't want to try to like get her bike fixed next month because we weren't going to be using them much. But at the same time, it just didn't feel right to wait until April to get her bike fixed. So other than that, we're still going to do stuff. We're going to go places. And specifically, we wanted to go back to M&L. She wanted to know if I wanted to see the Daiso in Stanton. I don't really know. We mostly been talking about going back to the Bellaterra. She wants to get shoes from REI. I don't know if I like the sound of that because like their shoes are so damn expensive and like we're trying to save money. I don't know about that. I feel so iffy. It seems like now that spring is here, at least Easter is here, I've been waiting for this specific Beanie Boo chicken and I have not seen it. It's been kind of bugging me. I'm starting to think that maybe it was actually a picture of an old plushie that came out like a long time ago, or if it is a future plushie, it's not coming out this spring. I haven't seen it at all. It kind of bugs me because I was really looking forward to that chicken. I've been looking for that chicken since we got Glitzy. And I'm just like, ugh. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to going back to the Bellaterra, sort of. I'm like, there's only so much that we can do there. And it gets old really quickly. I really don't know what we're going to see the most there, though. She really wants to see it again. I mean, the one place we always went to there was the bookstore, and even then it's just like we can pretty much go anywhere else, and there's a lot more to do there to go see the bookstore. Because I feel like Amaridge has a lot to do there, and so does Main Place Mall, and those are the other two places where Barnes and Noble is. So I kind of feel like we might as well just go there. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then. Hopefully by tomorrow I can start really grinding through the extras. I really hope I can, because like the majority of the artwork is done. So I'm just gonna try to keep like waking up and typing out stuff. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I was done recording, like moments after I just barely finished, Monika got home. And then after a bit of talking, we decided to leave for the Anaheim Plaza to get her new shoes. Now, what prompted this was the fact that she didn't want to take her shoes with her to the to get her bike fixed. So I offered her to take mine, and they fit her very nicely, and she liked them so much better than her own. So we swapped shoes. She was wearing my shoes. I wore her shoes all the way to the Anaheim Plaza. We took a new route there. We took Broadway, and then we turned on, I think it's called Ohio. I don't know the name of the street. I assume it's Ohio. But it's the street that's on the side of the school that we usually take down to turn and sneak up behind the plaza. And
yeah, it was much faster than going the other way, and we were starting to feel like going the other way wasn't even worth it anymore. So, we went there. I tried walking in her shoes. They definitely feel broken. They feel like they're broken. Like the sole is separating from the walls of the shoe in some way. And like the walls of the shoe aren't perfectly centered. They're like they feel like they're off to the side. I kept having to try to figure out how to center my foot in her shoe, and it was really hurting my foot. So I was definitely on board with getting rid of them. So we got there, and the first thing we did was get one of those new Easter baskets. They have these woven Easter baskets that are made of cloth, and it's just sort of the same as the one that we got last year. Only last year they're actually still selling the one we got last year. Last year was had stitching that was different colors, and she wanted to get the biggest basket, so we got that. We ended up getting some Pringles and some new water bottles, and on the process we also got the shoes. I was going to go into the men's section as usual to get shoes, but she pointed out that the women's section had a wider variety, so I wandered in there and I found a pair of shoes that it's made very similar to the ones that I was originally wearing, only that they're pink. They're like this champagne, like muted pink, or gray pink, I guess you could say, and like I like them, so we got that. It came out to like $9-ish, I think. And then we ended up hitting the bakery right afterward and getting some more mammon for Monica's birthday. We both doubt that it'll make it to her birthday though. Got home at 2. We ate a very late lunch, and I worked on the art until 4:30. I'm halfway through finishing the Happy 40 Chapters comic. It's almost done. I went to bed, but she stayed up until 6. And then we went to bed together because, like, when she came over at 6, I got up for a small moment to go to the restroom, and then we went to bed afterward. So I did wake up in the middle of the night. I didn't see when though. All I know is that I woke up briefly. I laid there for a bit, and then I fell straight back to sleep. So I don't know about that. I think that's probably the most sleep I've gotten in a while. I woke up at 6:30. I kicked her out of bed. I went and updated the budget from yesterday because I forgot to. So we're already negative $6 into the month of February. So we sort of saved money, but not as much as I was hoping we would. The trouble was we also needed to hit Vaughn's to pick up a couple of things. So while I was waiting for Monica to finish making breakfast, I worked on Dominique's wallpaper a little bit. I mostly just did her hair, and I think that's virtually it. We ate breakfast, and then we left for Vaughn's at like 7:30, I think it was, just barely 7:30. I found a couple of bottles, cans, 3 cents, and then while we were there, we got a Monopoly ticket that was a free donut, so we went and got that. So we got home at 9. I took a shower, and now I'm recording. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to go unload the phone and start editing the audio. So I figure that while that's going on, I'm probably going to be working mostly on either A, the Dominique wallpaper, or B, finishing up the chapter 40 thing. All I need is another Ask Amymone for the chapter 40 thing, and then I could call that page done. But then a part of me wonders if I should attempt to do some type of like picture request. And I really don't know about that because I don't really want to have to throw more artwork on top of this just to get this thing to be finished. I really just want to be finished with it. So I'm gonna try to look for another question, even though I feel like I've scraped the bottom of the barrel of some of those already. So yeah. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I think that's virtually it. So like I said, my major goal today is to finish the Dominique wallpaper, finish the chapter 48 extra one, and load chapter 35 to Smack Jeeves. And hopefully if I have extra time, do all the chapter 33 to 35 worth of live journal posts. So that means I have to load it to Imager. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No? Alright, that's virtually it. I will see you in the next one.